Everyone, welcome to my channel. I am Samriddhi Tripathi, your life mentor, here to help you grow, stay focused, and build the future you dream of. Most students think placement are about one thing, coding. Crack DSA, get placed, simple, right? Wrong. Every year, thousands of students with decent coding skills get rejected, not because they could not code, but because they weren't ready. Their resume was weak, their LinkedIn was empty, they froze in the HR interview. They didn't even have their Aadhaar with them on day one. Placement is the whole package. And today, I am giving you the complete checklist 10 things 10 things every student must have done before placement season begins. Save this video, share it with your friends because this one checklist can genuinely change your result. So we will go as follows. These are the 10 areas to prepare before the seasons begin. Point, let's start with something nobody talks about because it sounds too basic. Documents. Here, what's happened every placement season, a company announces interview on a short notice, sometimes 24 hours. The students are running around looking for their PAN card, realizing their Aadhaar address isn't updated or passport expired. So these are the list of documents available to you. So keep them ready in both physical and digital form. Aadhaar, PAN, passport, even if you're not applying abroad, some MNCs ask for it. Voter ID card, 10th and 12th mark sheets, all semester mark sheet, degree or bona fide letter if your college provides it before or if you're applying for an off campus. Passport size photo, at least 10 printed. Resume PDF and printed both. Make a folder on a Google Drive right now. Name it placement document. Upload everything. Share it with yourself. When the company asks, you are ready in 30 seconds while everyone else is panicking. Next. Second point is a strong resume. Your resume is not a biography, it is a marketing document. And most student resume fail at exactly what? Let me show you what a bad resume looks like. Generic skills, no numbers, projects with no outcome, skill listed you barely touched. This resume gets ignored. Now, a good resume, clean format, ATS-friendly, means no tables, no columns, no fancy graphics that confuse the software. Every bullet point has a result. Build a REST API that reduce the load time by 40%. These are some examples that you can quote in your resumes. Projects that are live or on GitHub. Skills you can actually talk about. Golden rules for your resume. 1. Keep it to one page if you are fresher. Second, use action verb. Build, develop, design, reduce, improve. 3. Measure everything. Not work on a web app. Rather, build a web app used by 200 plus users. 4. No fake skills. If you list it, you will be asked about it. 5. Use a resume checker such as Resume Worded, Job Scan to check your ATS score. Your resume is your first impression. Make it count. If you want, I can make a separate video on this topic as well. Moving on, networking matters. Here's is the hard truth. Many placement offers do not come from the open application process. They come through referrals, through alumni, through someone who mentioned your name in a meeting. Networking is not based being fake or transactional. It's about being present. Step 1. Connect with seniors from your college on LinkedIn. Message them genuinely. Ask about their experience, their role, company culture. Most people love talking about their journey. Step 2. Join your college alumni WhatsApp group or Discord server. They are gold mines. Alumni post job opening there before anywhere else. Step 3. Follow recruiters on LinkedIn. Companies like TCS, Infosys, Wipro, Razorpay, Zepto, their HR teams are very active. Engage with their post, comment meaningfully. Step 4, referrals. If a seniors Work at a company you want. Don't hesitate to ask for a referral. The worst they say is no. The best, you skip the first round entirely. Next, one good project. I have seen resumes with 8, 10, even 12 projects, and I've seen interviewers dismiss every single one in less than 2 minutes. You know why? Because none of them were real. They were YouTube tutorials project, renamed slightly, modified, and listed as original work. Interviewers have seen them all. You need one project or maximum two that you understand deeply, not just front end, not just back end, the whole thing. Why you choose this tag, what problem you faced, how you solved them, what you did do differently, and deploy it. A project with a live link is 10x more impressive than a GitHub repo with no stars. Good project checklist. You built it yourself, not just followed a tutorial. It's on GitHub with a proper review file. It's deployed on Vercel, Railway, Render, anyway. You can explain every line of code. It solves real problem or does something interesting. It's always there, depth over breadth. The most important point of all this is basic DSA preparation. Yes, DSA is important, especially for product and mass recruiter companies. But let's be real about what you actually need. Most placement does not expect you to solve hard graph problems or implement segment trees from scratch. They test whether you can think logically, code clearly under pressure. Two topics every placement student cover are arrays and string, searching and sorting, LinkedIn lists, stacks, queues, basic recursion, hashing, easy to medium level trees, two pointers approach. The platforms I recommend are LeetCode, easy problems. Do 30 to 40 of them consistently before moving to medium. Consistency lead over cramming. 3 problems a day for 30 days beats 30 problems in 1 day, and then nothing for a week. And when you solve a problem, understand it fully before moving on. Don't just memorize the solution, understand why it works. Moving to the next part is communication skills. I want to take a moment on this one because it's brutally underrated. You can crack every coding round and then fail HR interview because you could not introduce yourself clearly. It happens all the time due to pressure, due to nervousness. Companies don't just hire coders, they hire people who will work in team, communicate with clients, explain technical ideas to non-technical stakeholders, and represent the company. Communication is a part of job. What you need to practice? First, a crisp 60-second self-introduction, not biography. Name, college, branch, key projects, what are you looking for? Practice it until it feels like you are speaking it naturally. Second, explain your project aloud to your roommate, to your phone camera, to anyone. If you can't explain it simply, you don't understood it well enough. Third, practice mock HR question. Tell me about the challenge you faced. Why this company? Where do you see yourself after 5 years? And etc. In English if company expect. Even broken English is better than silence. Confidence is a skill. Practices, as I've said it in my short video, LinkedIn and GitHub updates. Before you apply anywhere, assume that recruiter will look up to your LinkedIn first, then GitHub. In some cases, your portfolio. LinkedIn must have a professional photo, not selfie, not a group photo. Just you smiling, clear background, headline that says more than a student at XYZ college. Write about what you are building or interested in. About section 3 to 4 lines. About who you are, what you do. All projects, internship, certification, at least 2 to 300 connections minimum. Quality matters, but volume helps algorithm reach. Get 3 to 5 skills endorsed by seniors or professors. GitHub checklist, pinned repository, your best 4 to 6 projects. Each report has a README file with screenshot, live links. and description. Consistent commit history. Green square on your calendar tells a story. Your profile read me. Yes, GitHub profiles can have a custom readme. Use it. Your online presence is your extended resume. Keep it clean and updated. If you want, I can make a separate video for this as well. Moving on to the next and the most important is aptitude preparation. Most students skip aptitude entirely and then wonder why they got filtered in the online assessment round. For Mass Recruiter, PCS, Infosys, Wipro, Cognizant, Accenture, Capgemini, the aptitude round is often the biggest filter. Thousands of students appear, only a fraction clear it. Three areas on the aptitude you need to focus on. One, quantitative aptitude, logical reasoning, and verbal ability. In quantitative aptitude, focus on topics such as percentage and ratio, profit loss, time and work, number system, averages. These sound like sixth grade math. They are. But under exam pressure, with 60 seconds per question, they become hard. In logical reasoning, study about blood relations, seating arrangement, syllogism, pattern and series, coding, decoding. 15 minutes a day helps massively. Verbal ability, reading comprehension, sentence correction, parajumbles, vocabulary, grammar. Read one English article daily. This habit quietly builds the verbal score. Best resources are India Base, Fresh World, TCS and QT previous year papers. Now, moving on to the next point, point number 9, is research companies before interview. Nothing signals, I don't care, faster than a candidate who does not know what the company does. And yet, most students walk into the interview having only read the company name on the offer letter. That's it. Before every interview, no, what does this company do? What is this core product or service? Who are their main clients or competitors? What is the role you are applying for specifically? Don't say software engineer. Understand what team, what tech stack, what kind of work. What is this typical interview process? How many rounds? What kind of question? What is the approximate CTC and growth path? Now asking from where to research? Company pages, LinkedIn, Glassdoor reviews, ambitious blogs, and most importantly, talk to your seniors who have been through the company's process. When an interviewer asks why this company, you give a specific, genuine answer. Then you immediately separate yourself from 90% of the candidates. Last but not the least, and the most underrated one, is the mental preparation. We talked about documents, resume, coding, projects, communication, but this is last point is the one that can make or break everything, and almost nobody prepares for it. Mental preparation. Placement season is psychologically brutal. You will watch your friends get placed before you. You will fail rounds you thought you would clear. You will get rejection from the companies you really wanted. You will feel like you are not good enough at. I want you to hear this clearly. One rejection does not define your career. Every person you look up to in tech industry is a rejection story from companies that later became their dream company from roles they thought they needed. The rejection end. It was a redirect. Practical mental prep. Don't compare your timeline to anyone else. Every one placement journey is different. Af- After every rejection, do a 10-minute break. What went well? What can I improve? Then move on. Take your sleep and food. Performance in the interview is directly tied to a physical state. Have a person, a friend, a mentor, a senior you can talk to honestly. Don't carry the pressure alone. Celebrate your small wins. Clearing aptitude, getting a referral is a win. Getting an, getting an interview experience is a win. Placement season is not just about getting job. It's about developing discipline, handling pressure, learning to present yourself, understanding your own strength. That growth is permanent no matter what the result is. So here is a full placement checklist. one, document ready. Two, second resume. Third, networking. Fourth, one good solid project. Fifth, basic DSA. Sixth, communication skills. Seven, LinkedIn and GitHub. Eight, aptitude preparation. Nine, company research. Final, the mental preparation. Start on this today, not next month, not when placements are announced, today itself. And if you want, I can make a separate video on any of the topic you want. This helped you share it with one friend who need it. Drop a comment telling me which point you were working on right now and subscribe because I make content for students who want real practical guidance. Good luck, you have got this.